Hello, my friends. It's Tracy Pontarelli, Tracy TV, here with a little Law of Attraction episode for you. I am so excited to share this information with you. So I just listened to a podcast this morning from the amazing Lewis Howes. And if you don't know who he is, I would really suggest that you follow him on social media. He's brilliant. He has a podcast and a show called School of Greatness. And I'm just trying to see who's here. Hello, everyone. So School of Greatness. Let me see if I can't find it. Okay. Trying to find Miss Lisa. There you are. Hi. Okay, let's see how I invite you on. There we go. Hold on a second. She's coming. Up or down. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Here I am. Look at us.
So look at us. All right. So I just started to tell everybody, Lisa, that Lewis Howes has a podcast called The School of Greatness, which is fun, unbelievable. He also is on a YouTube channel. His story is phenomenal, and I don't want to get into him too much, but he was a former football player, and he's one of the most evolved guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really amazing. And so I really listened to him. And he's not like, he's not like he's a guy's guy. And so I really would encourage.
He played football. Right? He played college, pro.
Right.
Did you play pro or did you just play college? I don't know. I have to look that up. But he played a significant amount of football, and is that kind of a dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So Lisa and my friend Kim and I, we are all big fans of Law of Attraction. I'm going to talk Law of Attraction probably a lot in the next couple of weeks because I think people misinterpret it, right, Lisa? Like that it's woo-woo and that you believe something good and then you just, you don't do anything and all of a sudden it's going to show up on your lap. And that's
or I think the mistake that I see so often and that I have to hold myself accountable to on a daily basis is getting into the habit of worrying about something. Like you're working towards it, but at the same time you're worried that it's not going to happen the way that you want. And that is not the law of attraction. Like that is working against the law of attraction and that actually coming to you. And this podcast that you sent me this morning, Trace, it was so good. And, I really try to wake up and just listen to something positive every day. And I ended up I was journaling and I was just taking notes as I journaled because there were so many great reminders that you and I both know. Kim knows, a lot of the women that we partner with, they know this, but we just need these great reminders all the time, I feel.
Well, and you just showed one of the ones, and we'll say we're giving you guys a couple of tips.
Yeah.
But I mean, one of the most important things you can do, you guys, this is free. It doesn't take a lot of time, is you decide how you're going to start your day.
That's right.
Right? I mean, I can't tell you. And there are mornings where I will not do this because, we've got a lot going on. There'll be something. Right. And I will allow myself to respond to other people's stuff before I fill my own cup up.
Right.
And so I try to get into a practice.
I mean, I'm guilty of this as well because I live on the West Coast and I'm always trying to keep up with everybody.
Catch up to
what's going on. How many messages did I get?
There's 3 hours of text that I've been sending before you wake up. Yeah.
I know. But I've been getting better. Mondays are a little rough, but I've been getting better in general. Really being disciplined. It's a discipline to decide that your own priority, your mindset, your outlook on the day is going to come before the needs of other people. And I talk about this as women. We're programmed to put the needs of other people before us. And if we're not pouring into ourselves, especially at this pivotal part of the day, it could make or break our day, which turn into weeks, which turn into months, turn into years.
It really does. And this requires a bit of planning. Right. You can't just wake up at 6 a.m. and be like, okay, what am I going to listen to today to inspire me? You have to have some things in your arsenal.
Yep.
And so I know we both love, we are part of Growth Day. Brendan Bouchard has 7 minutes of inspiration every day on that app. That's brilliant for us. I love listening to the Law of Attraction podcast because they're 15 minutes long. And I usually do that while I'm walking Mabel in the morning, first thing in the morning when I'm walking Mabel. And I have a handful of people who do inspiring podcasts that I know are going to be about personal growth, personal development.
Right.
You know, I love, like, for example, right, I love the daily podcast by the New York Times. I'm not listening to that in the morning.
No.
That's not my morning. That's not the stuff I need to listen to in the morning. So it's like fill your cup up kind of content in the morning.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, we talk a lot about that. The other thing that I've talked a lot about, and you and I both are in alignment on this as well, is the practice of gratitude. And
Yes.
waking up, and this has been a practice that I've had for a long time. And I literally have journals that I'm finding right now full of things that I'm grateful for. And there's nothing better than to wake up every day, you know, even if it's your, you know, hot cup of coffee, you know, the sun is out today. I mean, I know a lot of people have some very heavy things that they're navigating in life right now, and it can be very hard, but that's when we need to double down on our gratitude and just find the things. There is, if you opened your eyes, you can hold a pen in your hand and you have a piece of paper to write on, you have something to be grateful for. You know, got out of a bed that has sheets and a pillow and a blanket. You know, you have something to be grateful for. So I just think really like dialing it all back to the basics. You know, we forget, we get caught up in the minutia. We have these above average lifestyles that most of us live, and we get very accustomed to having things, you know, a certain way. And sometimes it's not a certain way, you know? And
oftentimes, oftentimes it's not a certain way.
That's right. And the business that you and I are in, Trace, is not dependent on us. It's dependent on other people. And, you know, we can get down on ourselves around the results based on what other people are deciding. So, you know, a lot of discipline that I think is really, really important for people to get into the habit of. These are all habits. And the other thing you talked about was consistency. Hey, Megan. Honey.
Oh, Megan Vance. Before we break on that, I just think like one of my little hacks is I put a timer on a reminder on my phone. And so whenever I look at my phone, the first thing that shows up is a reminder to appreciate.
Yes.
And it shows up 3 times a day. It shows up. So I do it early in the morning. So it's always there for my phone open.
Love that.
And then it's at middle of the day and then at night. It's my little appreciation reminder. I love it.
Now, there's so many little things that we can be doing through our day to, you know, really be in this mode. The other thing that he talked about that I love, that I'm really working on this a lot. And again, women, you know, I think this is harder for us because we're very hard on ourselves, is to talk positively to yourself. I mean, wake up in the morning, you know, I've been doing this, high-fiving yourself in the mirror. Mel Robbins, get up and high-five yourself. There is something in your brain. She talks about this. She's another amazing personal development thought leader to really lock into. You know, like there's something that happens in your brain when you are continually high-fiving yourself. It's magical. And we always high-five other people. I mean, I work out in a group setting again, and I'm always high-fiving other people, but what about ourselves, to ourselves?
I'm losing her a little.
And your brain is going to get rewired if you look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I look pretty good today, instead of saying, okay, I have this wrinkle, I have this, you know, like it's not serving us. It's not serving us. And there's no medals of honor for how much we beat ourselves up.
Oh, you know? For sure. Yeah. And
none.
Right. The way you talk to yourself matters. So then I'll say this will go the vibration. Then let's talk about the consistency.
Yes.
Because this is the work that we've done on the law of attraction. It's really about the vibration of your thoughts and your beliefs and your words. But it really starts with like the thoughts you have about yourself, about other things. It all matters. And you're going to get back what you give. You know, and so, and so if you are, to Lisa's point, if you're worried about money, and you're saying, I want more money, what what the law of attraction is hearing is, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, I don't have, like, the feeling that you're
Right.
having, instead of like feeling like that's where the gratitude comes in.
Yeah.
And so I mean, law of attraction rule is you have to tell the, say that you want it, and then you get into a good feeling place,
Yes.
so that what you want can come to you.
That's
And
right.
everything is attracting something. And so if you're being negative,
Yeah.
you are going to get more negativity coming towards you. Period. End of story. There's
Period.
no way around it. Right.
Period.
And we both believe this. No one wants to be around someone who's super negative,
Nope.
except for other negative people. Positive
Right.
people
Yep.
don't want to be around negative people,
Yep.
because it is literally like allergic to that. And so
Yep.
if you want more positivity in your life, you're going to have to figure out a way to
Yep.
appreciate more. It goes back to the gratitude, right?
And
It really is amazing.
other positive people. I mean, you might have to mix
Yep.
up your circle and who you're
Yep.
spending time with. And that can be
That's
really,
right.
and I realize that, but when you're around people that are negative and complaining about their jobs and their relationships and their kids, and it's just like, that's,
Yeah.
For people like you and I, there's just no time for that.
There's no time for that.
But I wanted to talk about the other thing that dovetails into that. So
Okay.
you set that up brilliantly. The good feeling thought of feeling good about what it is that you want. And then, friends, taking action. We've got to take action. Like, you can't just imagine, and I think that's where that movie, The Secret, really kind of went awry, because I think it led people down a path of thinking, oh, if I just think about a Maserati that I want to have or whatever, it's just going to appear in my driveway. It doesn't work that way. Okay, think about it, put it on the vision board, all that stuff. However, you've got to do the work. Like, you've got to pick up the phone. You've got to reach out. You've got to, do the activity that's going to get you, what value are you going to add to the marketplace so that you can receive the kind of money that you want to make, basically.
Right. And it's doing that action from a place of being inspired, excited, optimistic, expecting, just, instead of feeling like, you put it out there and they're like, oh, now I got to go do the work. No, that's the low vibration, right? Like, reach out to people with a genuine desire to, I've been talking about our business, reach out to people, but do the work in the spirit of, it's coming your way.
Right. Because it is, if you do the action, it is, it absolutely will. So, but you've got to do the action, and we just touched on this. You've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent. And he talked about this in terms of his, fitness, and he's a real big proponent of hiring coaches and having people to support him, which you and I are as well. And, having that support built in so that you are going to be consistent so that you can reach your goals. I mean, he's super specific. Like, he was talking about having a boxing coach because he wants to get better at his boxing. And I'm like, wow, that's super focused, which is awesome. Like, why not? And if you're going to get good at something, as a football player, like, if you're going to get good at something that you're not good at, you got to hire somebody to help you get good at it.
Well, and the boxing, I thought, was a perfect example, because if you want to get better at boxing, you are going to need to learn how to box from someone.
That's
so
right.
Your plan of action is going to have to be something. Like, you can't just say, oh, I want to become a great boxer, and then what? Right. You're either going to start to watch videos on boxing, you're going to go to a boxing gym, or you're going to hire, there is an action that needs to follow.
That's right.
The desire.
That's right.
To make it happen for yourself. Yeah.
That's absolutely. And
I love it.
Plug you, Trace, you are going to be launching a marketing mindset course this fall. It's going to allow people and women to really get their mindsets right, and really start to lock in their action marketing process and activity. And it's so needed. It's so important. And it all starts with mindset. I mean, this does. And
I love it.
Day in and day out.
We do, and it compounds. We talk about it all the time. It compounds. It's like putting pennies in the piggy bank, right? Every day, putting pennies in the piggy bank. The other, I can't remember the quote exactly. I just put it onto social media, but it was about, I loved this, and I love this framework of thinking about people and things that frustrate you. And
Yes.
when, right. And so he basically was just saying is when other people frustrate you, it is a sign that there's something in yourself that you need to deal with.
Yes.
Because, and you can say, yeah, listen, there's people
For
whose
sure.
opinions that are not mine. It shouldn't drive, I should have enough self-awareness where I don't let other people's thoughts, opinions,
Yep.
behaviors throw me out of alignment with
That's
who I
right.
want to be and where I want to go. And I think
Yep.
that is like big work. And I loved
It
that.
is big
Love
work.
that.
It's big work. And I'm also reading a great book by your friend Shafali, and she's talking a lot about this.
Yeah.
And really, all of this is an inside job. It's an inside job to not be in a place of reaction, to not be in a place of feeling out of control because of other people's behaviors and thoughts.
Right.
The steps that people take. And I know that can be very hard. We're coming out of a time, although it's a little wonky right now, where, we didn't have control over, a lot of things. And, people get very upset about that. And I understand that. But at the same time, just like really having a temperature. And, Justin talks about this. Our mentor, Justin Prince, talks about being the person who sets the thermostat of the room. And not being the one that is constantly, up and down like a roller coaster because the temperature of the room is changing. Like be the one that sets the temperature, like Brendan Bouchard always says, bring the joy, bring the energy into the room and have control over that process. And, don't react to what other people are doing because they can't control us. Only we can control us.
Right.
It's huge.
No, it is huge. And we look at the people that we admire so much. Justin's one of them. We talk about it all the time.
Yep.
He does not, you can't throw him off of his vibe.
Ever.
You can't. And a lot of stuff happens. He stays in his space. And that's what we're saying. Like stay in your space, stay in your lane. Like get in that good and stuff's going to bring us down. You guys are right. Cause we're human beings. Like to say that you wouldn't let anything throw you. What is, I think the skill that we try to build here is how fast can we get back to a place that's better than that?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
It might take a little bit of time, but I'm not staying down there.
That's right.
Right. Things will throw me. Things upset us. I mean, obviously. Right. But how long are we going to, we're humans. But how long are we going to allow ourselves to stay in a really negative space? As little time as humanly possible. That's what we're saying. As little time. It was interesting, Lisa, as we both had huge months in our business last month. And I was really communicating a lot to my email list and my text subscribers about a special sale that we were having at the end of the month. And it was a lot towards the end, but I didn't want anyone to miss out.
Right.
And a few of my friends unsubscribed to my emails.
Yeah.
It's like my first instinct was like, oh no. And then, was I too much? Why wouldn't they? And all these sorts. And I was like, you know what? I love them.
Right.
They're still my friends. My friends.
Of course.
They're not the people I'm trying to help get stuff on sale. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Totally.
But it was interesting is the emotion happens and then your job is to get yourself back out of it.
That's right. And get back into the body possible. Yeah. No, that's so great, Trace. I mean, we can talk about this all day long.
I know.
We'll put the podcast.
Well, why don't you guys just let us know? Yeah, let us know if you want the link and we'll shoot it over to you.
Yeah, and we'll shoot it over. And follow the people that are going to remind you about this over and over and over. And that includes
she's saying over again. Oh, there she is.
A lot of the people that we are partnered with and that we are aligned with, like Justin Prince, follow the people that are going to help you level up in this realm, because we need the accountability. I mean, I think about Justin all the time in terms of like, okay, would he let this thing get him down? The answer is always no. No. I mean, I think about you, Trace. I think about how you just like have this resolve and like every day it's just, abundance and gratitude and joy. And it's inspiring to be around people like that can still find the ways. I think about my good friend Sarah, who, wakes up and has had to dig very, very deep to find the joy and find the gratitude and find the purpose again in her life. And it's,
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. It's not easy, but it's doable. It's doable. And it's a practice. It's a practice.
It's a practice. That's what it is. It's a practice. That's right.
Yeah. Just like, yoga practice or anything that we're working on consistently.
Right.
It's a practice. And if you, are brand new at this and you're like, I don't know where to start, just grab yourself a journal and a pen and decide that you're going to start writing down things that you're grateful for every day. It's a great place to,
great place to start. So fun. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're done. All right. Wow. I love you. Love everybody.
Okay. Bye
guys.
Have a great